Conversations on the radio. If you want the latest, you can find it on the show. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio.
Right. So Tawanda, we wanted you to tell your story about what happened with your brother. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically on July the 18th, 2013, my brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered in Baltimore City. And the saddest part, there was no transparency on anything that happened. He had just left me from work. He picked me up actually from work, and we went to go eat something for dinner. And he got a call from a young lady asking for a ride. And basically, I never knew that was the last time I was going to see my brother alive. And the saddest part was we had just was talking about the Trayvon Martin's verdict that came down with Zimmerman being found not guilty. And it weighed upon my heart as well as his heart. And I never forget his last words was, we have a George Zimmerman on every corner. And he was going to finish that conversation when he got back, which we're now going to have a heavenly conversation. But anyway, a half hour after he left me, he used my Mercedes-Benz to go and pick up the young lady, and I never saw him again alive. And within a half an hour, he was brutally murdered by 11 to 15 men and women police officers of Baltimore City, including one from Morgan State University. He literally crashed his vehicle up to come kill one unarmed man. And at that moment, when my life ended on July 18th, 2013, a new life began for me, and that was the fight, not just for my brother, but for all the victims of police brutality, because at the end of the day, these victims can't talk for themselves, and when you leave it to the media dehumanize them and make it seem as though it was justified for them to be brutally murdered, and at the end of the day, nobody deserves to be brutally murdered. So since the tragic death of my brother, and to this day, 765 days of relentlessly fighting for justice, going around the world, connected with many families. I just left Ferguson, fighting for Michael Brown family in solidarity with them. I met Von Derrick family. I met Jordan Davis family, as well as Elena Jones family, and the list goes on. And the saddest part, with me fighting for justice, I even was lied about. My life has been put in danger by Fox 45. They lied and said I said kill some cops, and they wouldn't put my brother's death national, but that went viral, national, all over the world, saying that they took a chant. I said we won't stop until killer cops are in cell blocks, and they linked me to the two police being brutally murdered in New York City.
Wow.
When the guy was saying he was revenging Michael Brown and Eric Garner. And the saddest part, I was in New York City when that happened. I was with Chantel Davis family, and I just met Eric Garner's family as well for the second time. And the saddest part, like I said, I done been around the world, but the interesting part of my brother's death is 17 days before my brother was brutally murdered, a man named Abdul Salam was almost killed in front of his baby in that same neighborhood in his driveway by the same exact two plainclothes officers, Nicholas David Chapman and Officer Ruiz. They pulled him over, pulled him out, beat him, hog-tied him in front of his baby. So instantly, when this happened to my brother, and we started something called West Wednesday, where we protest week after week. We go to every town hall, city hall meeting to fight for justice. We even got the outgoing State's Attorney Greg Bernstein out of office. We back Marilyn Mosby. That's why she's in office today, and she's bringing the heat on these repeat violators of the police department. She gave us our word. She said even though she had police officers in her family, she said she would hold everybody accountable, and that's what we was hoping for. Because at the end of the day, that's all it's about. It's holding people accountable. And this, you will never get justice, because there's no justice when your loved one is brutally murdered, and you can never ever see or touch them ever again. You can never conversate with them again, so there's no justice today. Even if we do get these officers indicted and convicted, that's accountability. So that's the difference. And it's justice so another family won't have to go through that. And that's why we do what we do.
Conversations on the radio. If you want the latest, you can find it on the show. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio. Conversations on radio.